is all about geography. Usually it's something that a lot of people find really, really boring or don't even expect someone in the first grade or year one to know very much about. And honestly, that's how I kind of came into it, because when I was reading through the curriculum that we use, which is Ambleside online curriculum, I was like, wow, I didn't know that geography was a thing that one would teach a first grader. But it is, and I just love how it's introduced. It's, of course, on the basis of living books, and in particular, Paddle to the Sea, and it's all about the 5 Great Lakes. Paddle to the Sea is the living book that we're using for year 1. If you're following along with the Ambleside online curriculum, you're very familiar with it already then. It's a wonderful book about a little canoe and how it's dropped off at the top of the 5 Great Lakes, and then how it makes its way through all 5 Great Lakes, and then the child gets to know all the different things that can happen within those 5 Great Lakes, and then how it finally gets out to sea. So it's beautiful. It's just 1 page
per lesson, which means that the 27 chapters are divided evenly into the 3 12-week Ambleside online terms. You and your little scholar will get to revisit the story of Paddle and his adventures 9 times every term. You'll not only learn what challenges he faces due to the weather, factories and how they work and affect the area, animals and their life living on the edges of the 5 Great Lakes, but you'll also introduce the big ideas, such as a neighboring country to the USA and Canada, and all the states and cities that border the lakes as well.
Another resource that we're using are the Beautiful Feet maps, and you're seeing the one that belongs to Paddle to the Sea right here. They have a bundle in Beautiful Feet books that is all around the geography aspect, and there are several maps. So we went ahead and we bought the bundle, and so now we're set up for year 2 and year 3 with geography, and it's so great because it's much larger than like printing out. This is my original map that I did, and then I was going to just see if I could get one of just the 5 Great Lakes, but when I found out that Beautiful Feet had it much larger, I just thought, wow, it's so much easier to label a map if it's much larger, especially for a child, and especially for a first grader who is still, working on the mechanics of writing really well. So this gives her much more space to do it. And then I color along with her, and it's fun. It's something that engages her, and she's getting to know the states around the 5 Great Lakes, Canada as being a separate country than the United States. And it's just been a really worthwhile adventure with her to go along with Paddle. And then we got our little paddle here, I believe from Hobby Lobby. My idea is to paint it eventually, but it's just kind of been sitting here, and then she plays with it when we're reading, and it's just kind of like our own little paddle. It's wouldn't make it very much out into the sea, but yeah, it's cute to have.
Where's Lake Erie there?
It's right here.
Very good. So where is he by right now? Where did we leave him off?
We left him off right here at the L.
At the L? Let me check this out. Oh, at the L. So we have to check to see, whoa. We have to check to see what city he goes to next, okay? Let's move this map, okay?
Another one of the books that we're using is called Elementary Geography by Charlotte Mason.
This book has short, simple lessons that touch upon the form and motions of the earth, the points of the compass, and much more. Miss Mason applies a very conversational tone that teaches children all about their world.
Another book that we use for geography is Home Geography by C.C. Long.
This book is a great supplement to introducing geography to children. Again, each lesson is only about 1 to 2 pages long, and it also includes poetry and illustrations that help kids understand what is being taught. I thought it would be helpful to show you how these 3 books are interwoven into our weekly rhythm. I prefer having all of the subjects and books laid out in a weekly spread. And as you can see here, Paddle to the Sea is read once a week for 9 out of the 12 weeks per term. and the other 2 books are read about every 2 weeks, often going over the same lesson 1 week to the next to solidify those concepts being taught.
Something that was really important to me to get, besides the beautiful feet maps, was having globes. Now I started with this one, which is a Melissa and Doug one. It's a lot of fun, and my kinder and well, I should say my pre-K, because he's going to be kinder next year, but my pre-K and my preschooler love to take it apart, and it's wonderful because the labels match in color to the continent. So this is really great to understand continents. But for minutia, for things that are much smaller and more detailed, having an actual globe is very, very helpful. So having it has really helped me orient her as far as what city we're in and where it is on the globe. And then when we're talking about the other 2 books, the home geography and the elementary geography, the things that they're pointing to, you kind of need a globe to really understand it. So like when they start talking about why the earth is on a tilt, you can actually show it in something physical she can touch. And then also there's another thing about longitude and latitude lines, so I can actually show them here, and the equator and the axis, and just not only are you orienting them as far as where they are on the earth, but then the sheer distance of where other things are as well when we're reading books. So this doesn't only come out during geography, it also comes out when we're reading history and other natural science books that we come across, that we read.
We're going to look for where the 5 Great Lakes are. Can you find them on the globe? Where's North America? Why do you keep passing it? Having a hard time looking for it? Where's Florida? Where are we? Orient yourself on the globe. There's Florida. Okay, so now we know that the 5 Great Lakes are north of where Florida is. Much more north. It's at the northeast section.
Lake Superior.
Perfect. Okay, now look for Lake Erie. Perfect. So now what we're doing is we're going to mark on the map all of the places that paddle husbands are seen to run around without reason. Less important than ants. Ships were everywhere, loaded, empty, silent at the docks. Ships in the harbor drawn by a fussy, fat tugs. In the rivers, hooting for the drawbridges to let them through. By the time paddle reached Buffalo, New York. So we have to find out where Buffalo, New York is. So he's by Buffalo, New York. He had added to his plate Toledo, Sandusky, Cleveland, Ashtabula, and then Erie in Pennsylvania. Okay, so he went all along the edge of Ohio, and then into Pennsylvania until he stops in Buffalo. So Paddle missed the paper excitement for some real excitement of his own. Ships take the Welland Canal around Niagara Falls, and Paddle didn't. "Mother, look, a little man in a boat!" a child screamed. She stood with the usual crowd of people gathered this bright summer day in the beautiful Canadian park overlooking the falls. Everyone jumped and came running, and just in time to see Paddle plunge over the green edge and drop down, down, down. Do you know why? Because right here at the cusp of where Buffalo is where Niagara Falls is.
right
resident
here.
seed, it is also a wonderful source of power and generates electricity for both the United States and Canada. So what exactly is Niagara Falls? Well,
I hope that you enjoyed that. For me, when I was just starting out, it was so worthwhile and so helpful to watch other moms and how they do certain subjects. And this happens to be a subject that I really didn't think very much of before, and now it's such a pleasure to do. And I know that glimpses into someone else's life and how they homeschool and what the child's reactions are so helpful. We are only on year 1, so we have so much growth to go through within our geography subject in particular. But the first steps into geography have been really and truly amazing. It's something that my daughter looks forward to whenever she knows it's on the docket for that day. She asks to do it first. And that just brings so much joy to my heart to know that. And honestly, I feel like I'm filling in the gaps of my own geography education. So yeah, it's been really wonderful. All right, friends, that's it for this subject in particular. I'm going to be doing something like this for all of our subjects, so you can have, and I hope that they're all helpful to you to have that insight. All right, see you later and have a great one. Hi, Mama. Guys, get to me. She's getting so big. Yeah, you wanna go outside? Let's go outside.